Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create ClickUp tasks for new GoHighLevel tasks. So basically, I want to sync my GoHighLevel and ClickUp task in such a way that whenever a new task will be added in GoHighLevel CRM, then automatically a task should also be created in ClickUp. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between these two applications, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles: trigger and action. So in trigger we are going to take GoHighLevel, and in action we are going to take ClickUp, and we are going to set up a connection between these two applications to automate this entire process. And to learn this entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to set up a connection between GoHighLevel and ClickUp in such a way that whenever a task will be created in GoHighLevel, then automatically the same task should also be created and added in ClickUp. So let's suppose I'm managing some of the clients' projects in which they want to launch their new campaign. So in order to manage the clients and the communication related to them, I'm using GoHighLevel CRM, and let's suppose I'm using ClickUp to manage all my tasks and projects. Now I want that whenever a new task will be created related to the client in GoHighLevel CRM, then I want to add that same task for my team members in ClickUp as well. So I'm going to set up a connection between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which allows us to set connections between different applications without any coding or programming skills to automate our task. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we can find two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in. But if you are a new user, you have to click on the sign up for free button to create your free new account. And also when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. So this is the all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. So this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, where we can find all our workflows which we have created, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows separately. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option, and first of all it is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So let's give a name over here. Create ClickUp task for new GoHighLevel task. After giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So I have created a folder with the name as automations for team and task management. I have selected that, and now let's click on create. So as we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions, as I told you, are the two main principles on which the entire automation of Pabbly Connect works. So basically these two are the building blocks of the automation. These two are the building blocks of this automation. The trigger says when this happens, and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we want that whenever a task will be created in GoHighLevel, then the same task should also be added in ClickUp. Basically here we want to create a synchronization between these two applications, GoHighLevel. So let's suppose we are going to take GoHighLevel CRM in our trigger and ClickUp in our action, and we want that as soon as a new task will be added in GoHighLevel, then the same task should also be added. So here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the new task is created in GoHighLevel, then only the same task is added in ClickUp, otherwise not. So after understanding this concept, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we will select our trigger application, and that will be GoHighLevel. So to set up a connection between GoHighLevel CRM and Pabbly Connect, we have to use a tool named as lead connector. So we have selected this. Now we have to select the trigger event. So with the help of lead connector v1, we are going to set up the connection between GoHighLevel CRM and Pabbly Connect. Alright, now we have to select the trigger event, that will be task added. So whenever the task will be added, we want to receive the response of that task over here in Pabbly Connect, that too instantly, and with that response we want the workflow to get triggered. As we have done that, we can see that a webhook URL is provided to us, and here are also some instructions given which we have to follow very carefully in order to set up this connection. So first of all, we will copy the webhook URL because it is going to act as a bridge for setting up this connection and for sending the data from GoHighLevel CRM towards Pabbly Connect. Now after doing this, I'm going to take you towards my GoHighLevel CRM account. So this is the dashboard. Now here we have to go towards automations from the left side. After coming on automations, here basically we have to set up a workflow which contains trigger and actions, so that whenever the task will be created, automatically with the help of the webhook, the response will be captured in Pabbly Connect. These are the workflow lists which we already have. Now we are going to click on this create workflow option to create a new workflow, and we have to click on this start from scratch option. After this, we have to select the trigger and action. Now before that, we have to change the name of this workflow. So I'm going to give the name, let's say as new task. Okay, so this will be the name of this workflow. Now first of all we have to select the trigger, that on happening of which event we want this workflow to trigger. So I want that whenever the task will be added over here, then the workflow should get triggered. Task added in our trigger, and if you want you can also change the name of your trigger, but I'm going to keep it same over here. Let's click on save trigger, and the trigger is saved. Now when the trigger will be happen, what we want, so when the task will be added, we want to send the response of that task with all the details in Pabbly Connect through the webhook URL. So we have to click on this plus sign to select the action, and our action over here will be webhook because we want to send the response through webhook. So you can change the action name over here. The method will be post, and now in the URL you have to paste the URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Now let's click on save action, and we can see that trigger and action are set up. So let's click on save to save this workflow. Now we have to publish this workflow, and now we have to click on save once again. As we have done that, we can see that the workflow is ready. So I'm going to go back, and here we can see that our workflow is ready with the name as new task, and it is also published. So now we have to go towards Pabbly Connect once again. It is showing waiting for webhook response. This means that now we have to do a test submission. And how we are going to do that? By creating a new task in GoHighLevel CRM. For that, once again, I'm going to take you towards my GoHighLevel CRM account. And after coming over here from the left side, we have to go towards contact section. Now from the top, we can find the option of task where all the tasks will be added. So I'm going to go towards task section, and now here I'm going to create a new task. Let's suppose a new task is created over here related to the client project which we are managing, and the task name is new campaign launch. Okay, so I'm going to enter the description as well. Client meeting. Okay, now I'm going to enter the description as well. Okay, urgent client meeting related to the campaign launch. I'm going to give an assignee over here. Let's say this demo test 123, and now I'm going to enter the contact over here, and now I'm going to select my contact over here. We have the existing contacts. Let's suppose I'm going to select this dummy lead contact. Okay, now I'm going to click on save. This is the due date May 7 2024 8 AM. So here we can see that the task is added. Okay, so we will go back towards Pabbly Connect. Here we can see that we have already received the response. In the response we have received all the details. This is the workflow name through which we have received this response. This is the workflow ID. Time zone we have received is Asia Calcutta. This is the task title. Here's the due date and time. Okay, this is the body of the task, that means the description. We do not have received any kind of tags over here. So because we have received this response, that means our connection between GoHighLevel CRM and Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful. This means that now whenever a new task will be added in GoHighLevel, then automatically we are going to receive the response of that task over here in Pabbly Connect. Now our objective is to add this same task towards ClickUp as well. Now our objective is to add this same task which we have received from GoHighLevel in ClickUp as well. So for that we have to set up a connection between ClickUp and Pabbly Connect. For that, let's move towards our action step, and in our action application here we have to search for ClickUp. Now we have to select the action event that will be create a task. Let's click on connect. Now from the given options, I'm going to select add new connection to build a new connection with ClickUp and Pabbly Connect, and here we have to provide a token for that. If you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that, but to create a new connection we have to provide a token. And how we are going to get that? For that, the instructions are provided to us over here. We just have to go towards the profile section of ClickUp account, and there we will find the API token. So I'm going to take you back towards ClickUp. This is my profile. I'm going to click on it, and here is the option of settings. Under settings, here is the option of apps, and this is the API token. So we'll copy that, go back and paste it over here. In the same manner, you have to find your token, and now we have to click on save. As we have done that, we can see that the connection is built successfully. Now we have to first of all select the workspace. In which workspace you want to create the task. So I'm going to go back towards the workspace, and here is the name of my workspace, that is Pabbly's workspace. So it is already selected over here. Now the next is space. In which space you want to create the task. So we'll go back. So here we have two spaces, space and Pabbly Connect. So I want to create new task in this Pabbly Connect. So I will select the same. Now the next is the folder name in which we want to add the task. So I'm going to go back. Here we have folder names such as job applicants task, meetings, ClickUp, Zoho CRM. So I want to create a new task in this meetings folder. So I'm going to go back. I will select the folder name as meetings. And now it is asking us to select the list name. So I only have one list over here, that is one's hub bookings. Let's suppose I'm going to create a new list, and the new list name is, let's say, GoHighLevel. I have created this list over here just now, and the list is added. I want that whenever a new task will be added in GoHighLevel CRM, then that same task should be created in this particular list. So I'm going to first of all refresh this field, and we can see from the drop down another option is added, GoHighLevel. So I have selected that. Now after selecting all these details, we have to provide the details of the task. First is the task name and all other details. So now first of all, here I'm going to enter the task name. We have already received all the details related to the task in our earlier response. So we will simply map the name of the task. Mapping is inserting data from previous step. Here our previous step is given and here are all the details. When we are going to search for task title, so this is the name, client meeting. I have selected that and it is mapped. So when we have mapped this data, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, it is going to be replaced automatically. So now whenever we are going to receive a new task from GoHighLevel, automatically the task name is going to be replaced in this particular field with a new task. And in this way, we are going to automate the entire process of syncing two of the applications, that is GoHighLevel CRM and ClickUp. So now we'll move forward, and here we have to select the description type, that will be text content. And here I'm going to select the description as well. So we will simply map the description, that is the task body. Now the next is assignee ID. So here I have mapped the assignee ID by turning this mapping button on. The next is the tag. So if you want, you can also provide any particular tag to the task. Now the next is priority. So I'm going to select urgent priority over here. And now the next is the due date. So we have to provide the due date in the timestamp format. So we have already received the due date in our earlier response, but it is not in the timestamp format. Therefore, we have to convert the due date into the timestamp format. Okay, so we will go back and we will add one more action step over here in between, and that will be date time formatter. So with the help of date time formatter, we can format the date and time according to our requirements in the workflow. Here our action event will be format date with time zone. So let's click on connect, and we require the time zone as UTC in the workflow. So we have to change the time as well. Now first of all, we will map the date which we want to format. So this is the due date, we have mapped that. Now we have to select the format in which this particular date is given. So it is given in the year, month, date and the time format, which is already selected over here as correct. Now we have to select the format in which we want the exact date. So we want the date in the timestamp format. So I'm going to search for timestamp over here and we will select that. After selecting this format, now we have to select the from time zone, that in which time zone we have received this particular date and time. So we have received Asia Kolkata over here as time zone. So we will select from time zone as Asia Kolkata. And now we have to select the time zone in which we want the date. So we want the time zone as UTC. So I'm going to select ETC UTC over here. Okay. Now we are going to click on save and send test request button. And here in the response, we have received the date and the time in the timestamp format. So let's move forward. We will simply map the date over here. Okay, done. Now the next is start date. I do not have received any kind of start date over here, so I'm just going to ignore this field. But if you want, you can also enter the start date, that too in the timestamp format. Okay, now we'll move forward and we will click on save and send test request button. And here we can see that we have received the response. So let's go and check whether the task is added with the same name in ClickUp or not. So here in GoHighLevel list, we can see that yes, the task is added over here with the same name, client meeting. I'm going to open this task and here is the description, urgent client meeting related to the campaign launch. These are all the details. The due date is also given as tomorrow. This means that our connection is absolutely successful. So let's go back and we will summarize what we have done over here in the workflow. So we have taken very simple steps, trigger in action. In trigger, we have taken lead connector V1 to connect GoHighLevel CRM. And in action, we have taken date time formatter and ClickUp. And we have connected all of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a new task will be created in GoHighLevel, then automatically that same task will also be created instantly in ClickUp. And in this way, by creating this amazing automation, you can very easily sync your GoHighLevel CRM with ClickUp, so that whenever a task will be created in GoHighLevel, then automatically the same task will also be added in ClickUp. So this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends, and also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.